Hello and welcome to my channel. I truly appreciate you being here, tuning in. Thank you. My name is Ellen, and I'm going to cover the following subjects today. First of all, the free falling aspect. You probably wonder, what is that? What's free falling? Free falling usually is you have no game plan, you're just kind of going with the flow. So, rediscovering yourself is the first subject, and then finding new passions is the second one. With the rediscovering aspect of it, I mean that perhaps you've been going on vacation with your family, perhaps to the same destination every year. So you might even find yourself going to the same hotel, um, hitting the same restaurants, perhaps same outings. You kind of know people already in that vacation resort that you pop in and say hello again, right? It's almost like a deja vu kind of thing. What you will not find is new faces in those old places. So um, you might even find yourself actually going with neighbors or friends, and you've been doing this for years, right? As the children are growing up, and you keep going to places like, Cancun, or perhaps you're going to Montana, or you're going to the zoo somewhere in Florida, or what have you. But you're going to the same destinations every year. You've been doing this forever. And you wonder, gosh, it's kind of, I don't really feel like I've had a vacation. You might even find yourself wondering if you need a vacation after the vacation because you kind of have always done the same thing and there's been no new inspiration. So, what I'm, what I would suggest to you would be to try something very different. Perhaps the next time you book a vacation, to go somewhere where you've never been ever. I know for myself, I've once went to Paris, and normally, if I were to go to Paris, I usually get a hotel and kind of play it safe, maybe meet with a friend and do it all together. But the last time I went, I actually just went and I booked an Airbnb, and I figured that way I can wash my own clothes, I can cook whatever I want. I'm not forced to kind of eat out all the time or do things that kind of the hotels, suggest for you to do. Just kind of do your own thing. And I tell you, I actually booked an Airbnb close to the Louvre the last time. And I will never forget that morning when I stepped out of my home. Uh, it was sunny, and I got out and I saw the Louvre right in front of me. And it was just a sensational moment, almost like a spiritual moment, where I was just so overwhelmed with happiness and joy and up to anything at that moment. So I just took a left instead of normally I would always take a right because I'm right-handed, but I took a left and I just wanted to get lost. And during the day, I, I saw this bus going by, the hop on, hop off. I later on discovered, and I just bought a ticket and I hopped on and off all day long. And whatever seemed interesting to me, I just got off the bus and I did whatever I wanted to do, eat, and it was, visiting galleries, museums. It was incredible, and it was very invigorating. Actually, I went to restaurants I've never been to, tried their food, obviously, and didn't have a set way of wanting to do things. I just went with the flow, and it felt very freeing. And I must say, I kind of came back just inspired. So what I find is that when you go to new places and you see new faces and meet people, and I actually did meet new people, because when you travel by yourself and you're in Europe, people do talk to one another without without an agenda necessarily. But I met up with some people that I had been at the Louvre. I ran into some people that seemed interested in the same art, same type of art, I should say. And we got into conversations and decided to meet up that evening. And, they were from Scandinavia. And we spent the evening just, having wine and having food and just enjoying each other's company. And after that, they went their way and I went my way, and up to new adventures. So it's just a lot of fun when you kind of allow yourself to free fall and not having any kind of game plan. Just to, obviously, you got to have a ticket. That would be a good thing. But other than that, just kind of go with the flow. It's it's invigorating. I would really urge you to try something like that. And if you are not a vacation type or don't really want to hop on a plane and do things, you could even do a weekend. Just, get away from the same old thing, kind of, if you're working, 9 to 5 or what have you. It's nice to try something very different. Maybe even rent a scooter over the weekend. And, if you've never tried that before, try it. It might be fun. Get a helmet, obviously, and go very slow and, and just go. Try something different. Or maybe go, I don't know, camping, maybe, horseback riding, do something that you've never done before. It is just about self discovery. Just try to figure out what else makes you happy other than, these notions where you think, okay, if I go to the movie and then I go shopping and then in the evening we have people over and you kind of do the same ritual. It's just no, it's not a lot of fun actually. It might be entertaining for a moment, but I think once in a while we owe it to ourselves to free fall and just see what's next. See what might inspire you. You might find yourself going back to work and feel, much more free, so to speak, to free to speak up, to maybe express your opinion about something that you would never think that you had a right to, so to speak, but just to step it up a little bit and feel, you know what, I can because I rode that scooter that last weekend, or I sat on this horse and I've never been on a horse before, and I can do that. Surely I'm not going to fall off, trying something different at work. So I would say do that and even take a different route to work. If you're always taking a certain route, try something different. Because sometimes you will find yourself that I know I have many times I got to work and I was like, how did I get here? You're almost on autopilot, not a good thing. Um, Not safe either. But we find ourselves sometimes, doing things again and again and again. And somehow you just, I don't know, you just get there and you don't really know how you got there. And so I'm encouraging you to either do a weekend, even do an afternoon, an evening, or a day off, and try something you've never done before. Eat in restaurants you've never tried before. If you've always loved Italian food, maybe try Greek for a change, right? Go try Greek food or some Thai food, things that you've never experienced before. Try to go in a different direction because sometimes your taste buds will discover that, wait a minute, what's this? This is interesting. I'm going to try that and find that you really like it. Or maybe take, just try, like I said, try different things, go in a different direction, drive in a different direction, um, vacation somewhere else. And other than that, I would say find new passions. That would be my second subject. Finding new passions. There are so many new things you could learn to, again, kind of turn yourself back on to free falling, to try something different. I don't know how many languages to speak. Maybe you only speak one or two. Maybe you want to learn a third language or a second or a fourth language. I speak several languages. You can probably detect an accent, but I speak several languages very well. Um, Lucky enough to kind of grow up with three languages. So that is one thing, but you can certainly, I don't know if you like to dance, you like music, maybe you learn to waltz. I don't know how to do waltz yet, but maybe country western dancing. I don't know what would be something that you would like to try. Painting, perhaps art, horseback riding. I've mentioned it earlier to get on a horse, gardening, golf, bowling, you name it. Just try something different And you will find that it's almost like you're turning on new brain cells. And, well, you will actually. It's not just a theory of mine. But that will definitely happen for you, to where you use a whole different side of your brain, the creative one, and you will find that you will eventually have a whole different outlook to life, which is fascinating. So when you try new things, like aside from, like a new hobby, or just trying something different for a weekend, um, or a different vacation, rediscovering yourself, you will find that you look at life very differently, and you will feel encouraged to try something new that you were maybe afraid of, or thought you were not capable of doing. So the more you try to do things that you have never done before, the more you will find that you are capable, very capable. And with that, you will feel invigorated again, positive, and might even turn other people on to trying new things. So, with that being said, I would say you might find yourself becoming more bold as well, which is, I think, is fabulous to kind of come out of the shell and not be afraid. Don't be afraid of trying new things. New things are a blessing. They are a gift, and you might find that you have many other gifts. So try to get out of the rut, and free fall more often. Maybe try to do it once a week. Something small. Start with something small, and then kind of build it up to maybe a vacation. And if you're really bold, you might even move to a new place, where you've never lived before. You just don't know what's waiting on the other side. If you feel that that's something you really want to try, I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. There really isn't, other than your own fear. But overcoming that, I think, helps when you get into the habit of free falling every so often, allowing yourself to free fall. I would say, the sky's the limit. Yeah, skydiving, right? I I wanted to do this at one point, but I watched a few, and I'm like, maybe not for me. But whatever you would like to try, just always obviously be safe, doing and trying new things. But try that free fall theory sometimes, and, well, not just a theory, but actually make it happen. At this point, if you're still here, I would appreciate if you like and share this video. And subscriptions are always free, so please subscribe if you would like. I would appreciate it, so my channel can grow. Other than that, I would say be bold, free fall, give yourself permission to go that extra mile, to do something very different, something you've never tried before. And brag about it if you want to your family members. Maybe you encourage them as well. Write a book, do something different, start a YouTube channel, right? Do something that you've never done before. Because honestly, even what I'm doing right now, it really truly feels like public speaking, because I could potentially be reaching millions of people down the road. So it is definitely sometimes when you are like, I don't know if I want to free fall, but I'm going to do it anyway. Go for it. It's go time. So with all that being said, I'm going to say goodbye until the next time. And again, thank you so much. And I will see you hopefully on the next video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.